Previously on Sim Survivor. After yet another reward challenge win, it appeared that the Arona tribe was unstoppable. However, at the next immunity challenge, Banaba and Tarawa were able to secure immunity for themselves, sending Arona to Tribal Council. However, at Tribal Council, in a very divided vote, Darren became the fourth person voted out. But Darren's time in this game is not up. 14 Castaways remain. Who will be voted out next? Hello everyone, we have a very big episode today ahead of us. Darren will be competing against Maggie to determine who will be able to continue their final chance in the game. So that's going to be the start of this. I've got a few other things up my sleeves. A lot of people in the Discord have been hypothesizing about what's going to be happening in this episode, and some of them are correct. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm going to wait for it to reveal itself. But this is definitely going to be an eventful episode. Probably the most eventful so far of the season. So stay tuned. Without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Hello Darren, your time in this game is not up. In just a moment, you will face off against a previous contestant in a final chance challenge to return to the game. The winner between you two will continue on the journey to hopefully return. The loser will be sent home immediately. Without further ado, let's bring them in. And welcome Maggie. In just a minute, you two will compete against each other, but before we do so, I'm going to quickly explain how it's going to work. For today's Final Chance Challenge, you two will be competing in Hologram Jump. This is a previous challenge that has occurred. Both of you will start at the same time. The first person to do the jump action will be successful and win the Chance Challenge. A lot is at stake. This will be a quick competition. This is your opportunity to fight to return. Without further ado, let's get into it. Maggie, Darren, this is your final chance. Make it count. Best of luck. And Maggie is the first person to jump. She has kept her final chance alive. Maggie, a huge congratulations. After your second challenge win, you are one step closer to returning to the game. We will see you later. Darren, unfortunately, this is not your time. Thank you so much for being a part of this season. It has been a joy to have you here, but for now, you must head home. And with that, Maggie has officially sent two Arona previous tribe members home in these final chance challenges. I know that Darren was definitely a bit out of the loop with that past tribal council vote, but unfortunately I am sad to see him go, but the Arona tribe needs to bounce back. That needs to be their priority right now because they're in danger. They need to really figure something out. They were in a really good place, but I don't know what happened with that last challenge. They just seem to be out of it, and I'm hoping that they can regain their footing. As for the Banaba tribe, they are definitely at an advantage. They are the only tribe that has yet to lose a member. Both the Arona and Tarawa tribes have lost 2 each. So when you're going 6 versus 4 versus 4, the odds are definitely in your favor. I'm wondering how that's going to play out in the rest of the season. But Banaba just needs to keep it up. I would love to see something change. I'd love to see them either lose a challenge or go to Tribal Council, but that doesn't seem like it's gonna happen anytime soon, unfortunately. Yeah, props to them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, so can't complain too much about that. I am still super proud of Elena for essentially winning the immunity challenge for her tribe in last week's episode. She just really needed that. She was definitely in danger as the only woman left on her team, and it felt good to see her have that bit of a hero moment, and I'm hoping that this is some type of arc that she goes all the way to the end. I'd be happy if she won. She seems like a really cool person, she seems determined, and luck was definitely on her side, so I'm very curious to see what happens next, but I'm a bit of an Elena stan, not gonna lie. Hello everyone, welcome to your next challenge. Banaba, Tarawa getting your first look at the Arona tribe. Darren voted out at last tribal council. So, while you may be expecting for today's challenge to be a reward challenge, that is not the case. You will be competing in an immunity challenge. However, things will be a bit different this time. After 16 days in this game and 4 eliminations, I'm happy to say that we are switching things up. In just a moment, you will be divided into 2 distinct tribes of 7. The Arona tribe, however, unfortunately will dissolve, and so will their camp, just because of the fact that they do have all the amenities, and I want this to be an equal playing field for both of the new tribes. So, without further ado, drop your buffs. On the new Banaba tribe, we have Eduardo, Melissa, Jared, Bert, Dylan, Preston, and Matt. And on the new Tarawa tribe, we have Diane, Cassia, Elena, Carrie, Marlon, Raheem, and Lydia. Now that we have our brand new tribes for the season, we are going to now get into today's immunity challenge. Before we begin, I'm going to quickly explain how it's going to work. For today's immunity challenge, 1 member from each tribe will compete in each round, facing off in a 1-to-1 battle of ping pong. The winner of each round will get a point for their tribe, and the first tribe to 4 points will win. Without further ado, let's get into today's challenge. In our first round, we have Diane versus Eduardo. And Eduardo has scored the first point for the Banaba tribe. In round 2, we have Lydia versus Melissa. And Melissa has scored the second point for Banaba. In round 3, we have Raheem versus Matt. And Raheem has scored the first point for Tarawa. It is now 2-1 for Banaba. Next up, we have Cassia versus Jared. And Jared has scored the third point for Banaba. They need 1 more point to win. In round 5, we have Elena versus Preston. And Preston has won the 4th point for the Banaba tribe, securing them immunity. Congratulations to the Banaba tribe, you have won immunity and will be safe from tribal council. Head back to camp. Unfortunately for the Tarawa tribe, got nothing for you except a date at tribal council tomorrow night. Head back to camp. A huge congratulations once again to the brand new Banaba tribe. Even though they've tribe swapped, the Banaba tribe is still proving itself to be successful. We've got a very interesting dynamic here. Melissa's the only woman. However, the Arona tribe has the most members on it with 3. Preston and Dylan from the Tarawa are 2, and then Matt and Eduardo are the only ones here from original Banaba. So it's an interesting mix. One would say that Arona definitely would have the upper hand here, but you can't conclude that. I'm happy that Melissa's safe. I wish there was more women on this team and more men on the other team, just so it was a bit more balanced, because the odds of a woman going on the Tarawa tribe are exponentially higher. Unfortunately for the Tarawa tribe, they were unable to secure that immunity challenge. The Tarawa curse is following even past the swap. Very interesting tribe. We've got a lot of women on this team. I wish they all weren't going to tribal council. But besides that, we have Marlon and Raheem. So we have, I believe, 2 original Tarawa people here, which are Raheem and Elena. But we have 4 original Banaba with Diane, Carrie, Marlon, and Lydia. That is dangerous. I would be especially worried even for Cassia, because Cassia is the only original Arona person on this tribe. So she's in a bit of danger. It's going to be an eventful tribal council. The Banaba tribe needs to stick together though, or they could lose their upper hand on this tribe. And of course, it has gone from bad to worse with the Tarawa tribe. Not only are they going to tribal council soon, but they are now suffering a thunderstorm, so that's going to make it harder for them to discuss any plans or to figure out who they're going to vote out. So I think this is going to be completely up in the air. I think someone might be taken out that's completely at random, because it's just going to be where the votes conveniently fall. And while we do have a 4-person alliance, that does not make them immune. That's probably 3 votes they're not going to get, but that doesn't prevent them from getting the other 3. So yeah, this rainstorm, thunderstorm, not coming at a great time. Hopefully the Tarawa tribe will be able to get through it though. I don't really know what to say besides I'm thankful that I used the cheat to turn off death. Listen, I get medevacs are part of regular Survivor, and I want to make this as realistic as possible, but I feel like medevacs would just be biased in this type of scenario, being like, oh, you're injured enough, you can go. But Jared's just, okay, point. Jared has just been electrocuted. That's the whole point of this. I feel bad for him. But happy he's still kicking, so hopefully that's not gonna mess up his future game too much. Thankfully, the thunderstorm has calmed down a bit and people are able to resume back to their normal lives at this point, but things on the Tarawa tribe are going to be anything but normal. There's going to be a lot of conversations being had today about who should be the next person to be voted out. Raheem, Cassia, and Elena are all in a really bad spot right now, and I don't see it being likely that they're going to stick together simply because Cassia doesn't know Elena or Raheem. But if they want to stay, they should, because they need to take out one of those Banaba members, or they're going to be picked off one by one by one. Unfortunately, someone on the Tarawa tribe is about to be eliminated. Tribal council is looming. It's really heartbreaking. I do really enjoy everyone on this tribe. It's just the Banaba tribe, gotta give credit where credit is due. They have been dominating the season, and they're the majority on this tribe, so they effectively will be making the decision of who goes home tonight. And it sucks, and it's unfortunate, and I wish that Elena, Raheem, and Cassia had a bit more control on this tribe, but it's seeming unlikely. But there's also hidden immunity idols out there. Who has those? I have no idea. It could all be on the other tribe. There could be a mix. Will those come into play tonight? I don't know. We haven't seen any so far, so somebody has them. Only time will tell. Without further ado, let's get into the tribal council. Hello everyone, it is now time for the next tribal council of the season. After 17 days in this game, either Diane, Lydia, Raheem, Cassia, Elena, Marlon, or Carrie will be the next person voted out. Without further ado, let's get to the vote. Diane, you are up first. I will now go tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they would like to use it, now would be the time to do so. Raheem, this is in fact a hidden immunity idol. I will insert the clip of him finding it here. All votes cast for Raheem will not count. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. First vote, Raheem, does not count. Raheem does not count. Cassia, that's 1 vote Cassia. Elena, that's 1 vote Cassia, 1 vote Elena. Lydia, that's 1 vote Cassia, 1 vote Elena, 1 vote Lydia. Cassia, that's 2 votes Cassia, 1 vote Elena, 1 vote Lydia, 1 vote left. Elena, we have a tie between Cassia and Elena, so how this is going to work. Everyone besides Cassia and Elena will re-vote. Without further ado, let's get to the vote. Diane, you are up first. I will once again tally the votes. First vote, Elena. Cassia, that's 1 vote Elena, 1 vote Cassia. Elena, that's 2 votes Elena, 1 vote Cassia. Cassia, that's 2 votes Elena, 2 votes Cassia, 1 vote left. Fifth person voted out of Sim Survivor Season 3. Cassia, that's 3, that's enough. Please come bring me your torch. Cassia, the tribe has spoken. Tarawa, let this be a lesson. Things need to change. That's all I have left to say. Head back to camp. And that concludes this week's episode of Sim Survivor. Definitely the most eventful episode to date, maybe in the entire series. We had a final chance challenge, we had a tribe swap, we had an immunity challenge, we had a tribal council, and the first immunity idol of the season was played. So a lot to take in for sure. Really disappointed that Cassia was the person eliminated, but she was unfortunately screwed over by the tribe swap. I'm just hoping that we stop seeing women go back to back to back, because it's kind of getting annoying. But moving forward, yeah, I hope things change. Would love to see a woman win this season, no offense to the guys. And yeah, that concludes my 2 cents for this episode. I hope you're enjoying the series, and I hope you enjoyed this episode, and would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments. Be sure to join the Discord so you can say updated too. But without further ado, I will see you next time. Hope you have a great night or day wherever you are, and see you later.